Now that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out in theaters, a lot of fans around the world are very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise and what could have been before the reshoots and the rewrites of this movie by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that we do know is that there's a lot of mixed reactions for The Rise of Skywalker. There's a lot of fans out there who love the movie, also a lot of fans who despise the movie, and that's perfectly fine. You're going to get that with almost any movie out there. But there's no doubt about it that a lot of this comes from with exactly how the production was very rushed, and how they went through a lot of obstacles and a lot of problems throughout production of this movie in order to fulfill the film before its release date. And they really had far less time in comparison to The Force Awakens in order to make The Rise of Skywalker, 6 months less to be exact, which really is a big deal. Now, with that being said, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are beginning to start their new expanded universe. In case you guys are just getting, tuned into this right now, the new expanded universe is going to be a big plan by Disney and Lucasfilm to tell new stories about some of the core characters that we all know and love, such as Luke, Han, Leia, Ben Solo, you name it. And they're also going to tell new tales after the events of Episode 9 and before the events of Episode 1 and everything that falls in between the actual Skywalker saga movies as well. Now, on top of this, what's really controversial is that one of the big plans that Disney and Lucasfilm has is that it's explained that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their brand new Star Wars universe that serves as their new expanded universe that will tell new stories after Episode 9 and in between the films plus before the Skywalker saga to expand the Star Wars universe into something else entirely new. Now, it's noted that one of the big plans that both Disney and Lucasfilm has in store right now is that they want to retcon many elements of The Rise of Skywalker with their new Star Wars universe by retelling parts of the film that should have been handled differently. It's explained that this decision comes from some of the creatives over at Lucasfilm, and most importantly, Disney CEO Bob Iger, who wants to retcon many elements of The Rise of Skywalker in their new Star Wars expanded universe. Now, it's unclear as to what parts of The Rise of Skywalker will be retconned in their EU. However, it's said to be for the big moments in the film that will be altered in the new Star Wars universe that kickstarts in March of this year and in the novelization for starters. Now, it's noted that this is one of the main reasons as to why the novelization was delayed by Disney and Lucasfilm, was so that they could begin to retcon elements of the film to retell parts of the movie that would be in order to change parts of the film. Now, this is Disney's way of patching parts of the film in order to create their own Star Wars new narrative for the future of the Star Wars franchise that will take place sometime after Episode 9, though it's unclear also what characters will be affected by this retcon, but it will all be told in their new EU throughout this year of 2020 into 2021 as well. So, what do I think about this? Well, I think that this is very controversial. I think that this is going to be a big decision by Disney and Lucasfilm that is really going to bother some fans out there, because let's face it, there's a handful of people out there that love this movie, that actually really love the movie, and there's also a handful of people that dislike the film, and I, for one, I thought it was a decent Star Wars movie. It has its flaws, it has its ups and downs, it has, its emotional highs and stuff like that, so I really do believe that it's a decent Star Wars film, with a lot of problems, though, attached to it. So the fact that they're trying to retcon specific big moments of the movie in their upcoming new Star Wars Expanded Universe, which, by the way, is going to begin this March of this year with their new novelization for starters, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, because it really does keep me on edge. Exactly what are they going to retcon, as far as everything related to some of the characters go, right? Now, that's my only big issue here, is that could this very well have something to do with the characters of Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine? Who knows? But they will be retconning big moments of The Rise of Skywalker in their upcoming novelization, and it's one of the main reasons as to why the novel was delayed a couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the novel was supposed to drop in early March of this year, and now it was delayed until late March. I believe like March 20-something or something like that. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer in order to get this novel, in order to really get an idea of what they're really going to retcon. But it's not just the novelization. Other projects that they are actually developing will retcon many big pieces of The Rise of Skywalker. And this really does worry me as a fan. It really does. Because there are things in this movie that I really do genuinely enjoy. I will say that. There are moments in this movie that I really do enjoy. And hopefully they don't take that away. You know, of course, you know, you always have your own canon. You don't have to read the books, the novels, the comics, and stuff around those lines. But when we look at everything related to the movies are the movies. You can't really change what's seen in the movies. So I don't think it's really going to have a big impact on everybody. But as far as official canon goes, big moments of The Rise of Skywalker will be altered by Disney and Lucasfilm. And I'm not just quite sure how a lot of fans are going to react to that. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.